Hi, I'm Anjanette Fennell, your literary coach, and I'm coming at you today with the second how to fix your approach to agents and publishers. Now, if you saw the very first video, it was the top 5 mistakes that writers make when approaching agents and publishers with their manuscript. And I ran down those five mistakes, and now I'm taking you through how to fix each one of them. So because I presented them in no particular order, you are getting these fixes in no particular order. So last time I told you how to fix the query letter itself, and hopefully you got a bunch from that. Today I want to talk to you about something that's related to the query letter, but a little bit different. And that was all about the mistake in not doing research on the agent or publisher you are approaching. Now you might be asking why? Why can't I just, get the whim, or there's an author that I like and they go with this big hoo-ha publisher and I want to approach them too. And that publisher might be a good fit for you, and or that writer's agent may be a good fit for you, but you need to do a bit more research after you find out who they are. First of all, they might not be taking submissions. Now, many publishers do not accept unsolicited manuscripts. Hence the reason why a lot of people get agents. That's only one part of the reason to have an agent, but that is part of it, is that publishers won't often take unsolicited. If they do take unsolicited manuscripts, you definitely want to check out the guidelines that they have for submission. But even more than that, you want to find out what are they interested in. Why? Because you don't want to waste any time. Not their time, certainly not your time, right? You've spent enough time on your manuscript that you want it to fit the person that you're sending it to. You want to give it the best shot possible, right? So do just a little bit of research. And in fact, I'm going to give you 5 places to do the research. It is really not something that takes a terribly long time once you get started. But if you're anything like me and you want to be organized about it, certainly start a spreadsheet with some of the details. But you can find yourself spending a lot of time doing it out of interest, not out of the hassle of it. But even doing a little bit of research can really help you out. So the very first place that I would recommend going if you are going for an agent is to the website agentquery.com. Now this website is fantastic because it allows many different search types, but the best part about it is that as long as the agent has been updating their info, you will know, number 1, what they are most interested in, number 2, whether or not they are taking submissions, and number 3, what they have taken on before, which is a big clue into what they like personally. If they like reading sci-fi and you've written romance, it might not be a match made in heaven. However, you just don't know. There are a lot of agents out there that have quite a few genres that they are favoriting or going towards. So the best thing to do is have a look on there and see if it feels like they're a good fit. Oftentimes, agents are really explicit there, and that's a wonderful thing for you as a writer, because you don't want to approach somebody who wants to slam the door in your face, do you? So take heed of what they write there. There's another place for you to find great information, and I've already kind of mentioned it. That is the agent or the publisher's website. They have as much information on there as you are likely to get anywhere. Certainly on publishers' websites, they have a whole section under submission guidelines, and then they get very clear about what they are accepting, if anything, directly from writers. And they're also going to tell you what they aren't accepting. Now, this is all broad strokes rather than very specific. So any particular publisher that I might talk to might accept a whole wide range of genres, but at any given time, they might only be looking for X, Y, or Z. So you might not get that specific information unless they're updating a lot, but you might. And have a look at the books that they are actively marketing. Have a look at the types of stories that they seem to be including on their list in bulk lately what has been on their list before. This is really good for you to do with your manuscript anyway, which is look at a competitive analysis. What else is out there that could possibly sound like your book? And the thing about this is, sidetracked a little for you, but the thing about competitive analysis is that it's not all about finding you as a totally unique proposition, like I'm the only one who's ever written X. That might not actually be a great thing. What a publisher is looking for is something that's a very popular topic. So if there are lots of books out there, like paranormal, took off, well, then they want more of that. Erotic fiction a few years ago had caught fire, and so they wanted a lot of that, and that has died down a little bit now, and only specific publishers are looking for that. So have a look on a publisher's website, certainly on an agent's website as well. If they have a blog, read it. The best thing about blogs are the fact that they are writing often very personal, day-to-day stuff that can be a gold mine of information for you. Certainly if they've had a ton of submissions lately in a particular genre and they're saying, look, we've kind of had it up to here. They've not updated their submissions area, but you see that they're not looking for X anymore, then don't approach them. Likewise, they might say, you know what, we're really looking for this. Twitter also has a handle on there, and I'll talk later about how you can find more information from social media on what publishers and agents are looking for. The third website that I love is writersdigest.com. And under writersdigest.com at the top, you will find blogs, and under blogs, go to Guide to Literary Agents. That website in particular is phenomenal for information for you, not only on success stories, which are great for you to boost your morale, to read about other writers' success stories and their particular path to publication or representation, but it also outlines new agents getting into the game. And oftentimes, new agents are the most passionate and they are actively building their lists. So when they share what they are looking for to build their list, great. Approach them. If they're a good fit for you, go find them. So go to that website definitely to spend some time boosting your own energy around your project and the possibilities for your manuscript, but also to find a good fit for you, which may well be a new agent. Google. Of course, everybody needs to go to the Google. Google is great for finding articles on particular websites or interviews with agents or publishers that you might not find elsewhere. They're wonderful because, again, the interviewee can often ask them, what do you personally love to read? Now, here's a little trick. In a publishing house, you might get a publisher that actively searches for a particular genre. They might work in a particular section at the publisher, and that is the kind of work that they edit. But they might also be passionate about something slightly different. And if they are looking to make a move, or if they are looking to either switch publishers or agencies or anything like that, this is a great place to look to see what do they personally resonate with, especially if you feel that you've got a manuscript that bridges two genres, right? This might be a great way for you to find somebody who's going to be totally excited by what you've got. So read those interviews, and Google is the best place to find those random interviews on different websites. The very last place that I would suggest you go is not actually online, so scrap that if I said they were all websites for you to go to. They aren't. The last place is your local writers festival, or heck, go on a road trip and go to another writers festival. Go to as many sessions as you can for free. Network. Don't be afraid to go up to a publisher or an agent or an author that you've seen on a panel afterwards and tell them if you appreciate what they had to say. get a conversation going. Oftentimes, if you share that you're a writer and you have rapport, i.e. you're asking about them, not simply telling them what you're doing, that's a really big clue, so I'll have another video about that. But if you approach a writers' festival and talk to people within the industry and ask them what they like, what lights them up, refer to something that they talked about that you agree with or you want to hear more about, talk about them. Make it a good date. Let them say to themselves, hey, I'd really like to hear from this person. They're pretty interesting. I'd like to see what they have if they've got a manuscript, right? So that's the way that you might collect good contact information for your future work. Now, it's not a guarantee. You might make a great connection on the day, and then later when you approach them, it's not the right fit. And that's okay. Be polite anytime you have direct contact with an agent or a publisher. Don't burn your bridges. You never know when you might want to approach them again, or when your project is exactly what they are looking for. So that's my basic advice on why you need to do this research before you send out your queries. You don't want to waste your time. You've worked really hard on your manuscript. I know you believe in it enough to submit it. So do that little extra bit of work before you submit it and send it off to the right people. It's like trying to set up your best friend on a blind date. It's not a blind date for you, it's a blind date for your manuscript, but you want to make sure that the person you are setting them up with is a good fit. Like, you think they're going to get along because you know a little bit about them. Well, find out about this date before you send your best friend the manuscript off for them to read it, right? I hope you got a lot from this video. Please feel free to send me an email, Anjanette@yourliterarycoach.com, or you can leave a comment below here and I'll check those out and hopefully be able to answer any other questions you have. It's been a pleasure and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.